Ever wondered what it's like to live in a world where your toaster has better decision-making skills than most CEOs? Where your car doesn't just drive itself, it argues with traffic lights for priority access. And where your phone? Oh, it's not a phone. It's a prototype with features so advanced, Apple's R&D team would sell their souls to get a peek. Welcome to the world of tech billionaires, where gadgets aren't just futuristic, they're borderline sci-fi. These aren't your everyday smartwatches or VR headsets. We're talking about exclusive, ultra-advanced devices designed for the elite. Private AI assistants that make Siri look like a confused intern. Quantum-encrypted communication devices and custom biohacking implants designed to cheat time itself. But here's the real question. Are these billionaire gadgets truly out of reach, or can the rest of us get our hands on them? Let's find out. What you'll never find on Amazon. Most of us think we're ahead of the curve if we have the latest iPhone or a foldable phone. But billionaires? They're living a whole different reality. Let's start with communication. While we're still using encrypted messaging apps like Signal, the elite are chatting on quantum-encrypted devices that are literally impossible to hack. Governments and corporations dream of this level of security, but for billionaires, it's standard. Then there's transportation. Forget Teslas. The ultra-rich have access to silent electric jets, autonomous yachts, and personal flying cars that never make it to mainstream production because, surprise, they're too expensive to mass produce. And when it comes to health, we're all tracking our steps, while they're tracking their cellular aging. Biohacking implants monitor their blood composition in real time, adjusting diet, supplements, and even hormone levels on the fly. Some have nanobots in their bloodstream actively repairing their cells to delay aging. While we're out here debating the best sunscreen, they're literally trying to outlive us all. So, how did they get here? And more importantly, why aren't these tech marvels available to the rest of us? Why billionaire tech stays hidden? If these gadgets exist, why don't we have them? The answer is simple. Exclusivity equals power. First, there's the regulation problem. Some of this technology is so advanced that governments step in before it reaches consumers. Take brain-computer interfaces. Billionaires are already experimenting with devices that let them interact with tech using only their thoughts. But can you imagine the chaos if everyone had mind-controlled devices? The tech is kept under wraps for safety reasons, or so they say. Then there's the price wall. Some of these gadgets aren't mass-produced because they're custom-built at a cost that even the wealthiest companies can't justify scaling. A personal AI assistant that's truly intuitive isn't a $500 Alexa. It's a multi-million-dollar system built for one person. And let's not forget the economic incentive. If billionaires have access to productivity-enhancing tech that the rest of us don't, they stay ahead. They're not in a hurry to share a device that lets them make better decisions, process information faster, and, well, outthink the competition. Innovation or inequality? At what point does cutting-edge technology stop being about progress and start being about widening the gap between the rich and everyone else? Take health tech. Imagine a world where the wealthiest can slow aging, optimize their bodies, and live decades longer than the average person. That's not sci-fi. That's happening right now with experimental longevity treatments and gene-editing tech that's only available to the ultra-elite. Or security. While billionaires have facial recognition door locks, private cybersecurity teams, and AI-driven threat detection, the rest of us are stuck with two-factor authentication and hoping our passwords aren't on a leaked list. This raises the big question. If technology can be used to enhance human life, should it belong to everyone, or just those who can afford it? And what happens when the gap between the haves and have-nots is measured not just in money, but in years of life expectancy, intelligence boosts, and literal superhuman enhancements. Can you get these gadgets? Surprisingly, yes. Okay, enough with the doom and gloom. Let's talk about what's actually possible for the rest of us. Some of these technologies are trickling down, if you know where to look. AI assistants. While you won't get a billionaire-level AI butler, open-source AI tools are getting smarter by the day. Custom GPT models can act as personal assistants, financial advisors, and even health coaches. Biohacking. Wearables like continuous glucose monitors, once exclusive to diabetics and the ultra-rich, are now available for tracking overall health, diet, and longevity. Security tech. Quantum encryption isn't here yet, but high-end VPNs, biometric locks, and personal cybersecurity measures are easier than ever to implement. Transportation. Electric aircraft for personal use are finally getting FAA approvals, meaning flying cars might not be science fiction much longer. While we may not have access to everything billionaires do yet, technology has a way of democratizing itself over time. What's exclusive today could be standard tomorrow. A battle between elitism and access. So, here's the takeaway. Tech billionaires aren't just living in the future, they're hoarding it. And as technology keeps advancing, the real fight won't be about gadgets. It'll be about who gets to use them. Will we see an era where these innovations become mainstream? Or will the gap between those who can afford cutting-edge advancements and those who can't continue to grow? One thing's for sure. The real flex of the future isn't just having the best tech, it's making sure everyone can access it. And that's a revolution worth watching. Your move, future tech user. So, what do you think? Are these billionaire-only gadgets a glimpse of what's coming for all of us? Or are we heading toward a world where only the ultra-wealthy get to live longer, smarter, and more securely?